What's going on? How's it going, guys? How's it going? Well, here we are. The abandoned King Kullen here in Levittown. 3284 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown, New York, 11756. Now, I'm not exactly sure if we're going to be able to look inside this place because I'm parked right here, right in front of the abandoned King Kullen over here in Levittown. But, all the windows appear to be covered with brown paper. So, since they're covered with brown paper, I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to look inside. We might be able to, maybe if some of them are just slightly moved. But from my vantage point, from where I'm at right now, it doesn't look like we'll be able to look inside this place. But they do have the bottle return area over here, but I'm not exactly sure. Even that one looks like it has black film on it. So I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to look inside this place. Lord only knows. I have no idea. The only way for us to find out is to start walking around and start checking this place out, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, you know, at least the one in Middle Island, you know, the one in Middle Island we were able to look inside. You know, that one closed down. I did the one in Middle Island a few weeks ago, and that one, you know, we were able to see, we were able to look inside of that one. That was pretty cool. But as for this one, I'm not sure if we'll be able to look inside. But they do have a pretty nice label scar from where it said King Kullen and from where it said pharmacy. It has a pretty epic label scar. So, I don't know, man. I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to look inside this place. But it's a pretty big location from what I could see. But whether or not we'll be able to see inside because all of the windows are covered with brown paper, I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to see inside. So the only way for us to find out is for, is for us to get out of the car and start walking around and so we can check this place out. So what am I doing sitting here talking to you guys? Enough with the talking, enough with the yapping, and let's get out of the car and check out this abandoned King Kullen here in Hicksville. Wrong. This abandoned King Kullen here in Levittown. There we go. I only said Hicksville because on my way here I turned onto Hicksville Road. So that's why I said Hicksville. Well, you turn onto Hicksville Road before you get here, then you put two and two together, you know what I mean? Alright guys, I'm gonna get out of the car. I'm gonna check this place out and we're gonna see exactly what we find over here, this abandoned King Kullen. Alright? Alrighty, you guys ready to go? Alrighty, let's do this. Here we go. Alright, what's going on? Well, here we are. Welcome to the abandoned King Kullen here in Hicksville. I keep saying Hicksville, and it's just due to the fact that I fucking turned on Hicksville Road over there before I came here. Let's try that one more time. Alright, here we go. Alright, what's going on? Well, here we are. Welcome to the abandoned King Kullen here in Levittown. Got it. So here we are, 3284 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown, New York, 11756. So like I said before, I'm not exactly sure if we'll be able to look inside this place because all the windows are covered with brown paper. There is one door right here though that has it slightly off, like it's slightly moved on the corner of the door. It's slightly moved on the corner, enough for me to see inside. I think that's going to be the only point of view or field of vision we're going to have of this place from the interior. So I have no idea. But like I said, the only way for us to find out is to start walking around and check this place out. You know, I'm not exactly sure when this one closed specifically. Maybe it says it on one of the panels or one of the doors, one of the doors. Maybe there's a panel, maybe there's a fucking banner or something. I don't know. But the only way for us to find out is to start walking around. There's also another label scar right there that says First Bakery. It's a pretty epic label scar on the whole front of the building here, the whole front of the facade over here. So it's pretty cool, man. I can't wait to check this place out for you guys and show you guys around, you know what I mean? Alright, well, enough with the talking, enough with the yapping, and let's turn the camera around and check out this abandoned King Kullen here in Levittown. You guys ready to go? Alrighty, here we go. Alrighty, and there it is, the abandoned King Kullen here in Levittown. No more Tostitos chips, no more shopping carts. No more music for the department store PA system. No more free advertisements. Hopefully no more cars driving in front of the video to disturb the video of the entrance. No more mild queso. No more mild salsa. No more Coke. No more Fanta. And another car driving by. Alright, you guys ready to check the place out? Anyways, you guys better check this place out. Ready to go? Alrighty, here we go. Let's check this place out. 3284 Hempstead Turnpike. And there's a giant banner up there that says it's for sale, 49,000 square foot building. It's pretty big. Can we see inside? Well, from here you can. I would assume this is where they had the bottle returns. Yeah, I would assume this used to be the bottle return area right here. Is it open? Nope. Not meant to be. Just like Wally was says in this video. Not meant to be. I think we'll be able to see inside from here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you can see that everything is covered in brown paper. But it looks like they stripped out the whole store though. Yeah, it looks like the whole store is stripped out. Yeah, I could see the walls and everything. Everything is stripped. Everything is gone. I wonder if this one closed down a lot longer than the one in Middle Island. Is it open? Nope. Nope. Not meant to be. Just like Wally was saying in this video. Not meant to be. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see inside this one. It looks like somebody was trying to break in. Yeah, we're not going to be able to look inside of this one. Nope. We're just going to have to make do with walking around this place. Yeah, you see how they're all covered in brown paper? But judging by the way it looks inside, it's all stripped. They took down all the walls and took out all the floors. I would assume that the whole place is stripped from the inside. So even if we were able to look inside, I would assume that there's nothing to see anyway. But I'm still going to do a video for you guys. Because that's just who I am. I create content for you guys. I'm a content creator. You guys want, I deliver. You ask, you should receive. Yeah, all the windows here are covered up in brown paper. Brown paper and blue paint tape. Well, let me show you guys the label scars over here. Right here. Look at that, Fresh Bakery. See this? Look at that epic label scar. Here, look at that, Fresh Bakery. This is where the label scar once was. Fresh Bakery. And then over here, this is pharmacy. Right here. Boom. And then if you pan out more, I'm eventually going to go to the back of the building and check this place out. Furthermore, you know, you go this way, show you guys the one more label scar here. There goes the front of the building over here, and then boom, right there. Check out that epic label scar. If I don't get killed over here, check out that epic label scar. The King Kullen label scar, the King Kullen logo. It even has the king crown on top of the eye. That's amazing. That's really fucking cool, man. That's really fucking cool. Wow. That's cool, man. Alright, well, this is the front of the building over here as cars drive around me like sharks in the water. Alright, well, that's the front of the building. So in order to prevent the video from being prolonged, I'm going to cut the video off over here and I'm going to walk towards the back and I'll show you guys the back of the place. Alright? Alrighty. See you guys in a sec. Just as I was walking to the back of the building over here, I saw this epic label scar on the bricks. Isn't that pretty cool? I didn't even see that until I looked up. Just figured I'd show you guys that real quick. That's pretty cool, man. Really fucking cool. Alright, I'm gonna keep walking. Here we go. And here we are. We made it to the back of King Kullen here in Levittown. This is where the back entrance was, and it had the loading dock over here. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is the loading dock over here. This is where they would do all the deliveries. So this was the loading dock over here for King Kullen. They don't have the trucks back here, it looks like. The one in Middle Island had the trucks and it still had the King Cullen logo on it. You guys remember that? And I did the video of the abandoned King Cullen over there in Middle Island a few weeks ago. And they still had the trucks with the original King Cullen logo. So here it is. This is the loading dock where it once was. And then I think it cuts off over here because there's another business over there. Whoa, I almost tripped. It's another business over here, so I think right here is where it cuts off. Yeah, it cuts off right over here. There's another business over there. So yeah. Oh, this was it right here. It's cut off over here, and this whole back area right here. This is where King Cullen once was. What the hell is that? You guys see all those windows? What the hell was that? They had windows up there? It's all over the back of the building here. They had windows? They had windows? What the hell? Okay. Alright. Alright, so this is where it cuts off. So there's another business over here. And right here is where the abandoned King Cullen finished. Or finishes. Let me see if there's another thing over here in the corner. It might just be a wall instead of a door. Yeah, so this is where it finishes. It looks like they had another door right there and they had it sealed off. But I'm interested to know what the hell those windows were, man. Why they had windows up there in the first place? I have no idea, man. Alright, well, that does it for this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a shorter video, but sometimes what are you gonna do, you know? Sometimes it happens. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna mosey off on out of here. And sorry about all the banging. There's another business over there. I'm gonna mosey on out of here, and then I'm gonna go to the front of the building, and I'm gonna do the walk around there, and I'll see you guys to cover the outro, alright? Alrighty, see you guys in a few. Alright, what's going on? So what'd you guys think about that, huh? What'd you think? Huh? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Well, you know, even though we weren't able to look inside that much, you know, just through that one little corner of the window there, you know, I figured I'd still do a video for you guys. You know, you guys ask and I deliver. Ask and you shall receive. You know, and I figured I'd come out here and do a video for you guys. You know, it's not often that I'm in Nassau County. But, you know, I figured since I have some free time before I leave on a 10-day vacation to Phoenix on Thursday, I figured since I have some free time on my hands with nothing to do at home, I figured I'd come out here to Nassau County and do this video for you guys. You know, I did the abandoned Boston Market, which we got inside of, and then I did the video here, I just abandoned King Cullen here in Levittown. Both videos were in Levittown. So it was pretty cool to come out here to do the video for you guys. You know, I had a lot of fun, man. It was really cool doing these videos. You know, I mean, it was cool to check this one out over here. We weren't able to see inside much, you know. But like I said, even if we were able to look inside this abandoned King Cullen here, you know, based on that little corner that I was able to look inside of where the paper was just slightly moved for us to look inside, even if we were able to look inside, by the way it looked, it was all stripped. So even if we were able to look inside, I don't think there would have been nothing to see anyway. It looks like they got rid of everything. I'm not exactly sure when this one closed, but to me it looks like it's been closed longer than the one over there in Middle Island. So yeah, man, I don't know. If you guys know when this one closed, let me know. But I'm not exactly sure myself when it closed. I would assume it was recent, but based on how it looks, it might have been more than recent. It might have been maybe more than a couple of years. I'm not exactly sure when it closed. But it was cool to do this video anyway. It was really awesome, man. I'm glad I came here to check this place out for you guys, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So we did 2 epic videos. You know, we did the abandoned Boston Market over here in Levittown, and then right up the road over here, just 10 minutes further up on, I almost said Jericho Turnpike, I'm thinking of Comac. On Hempstead Turnpike here in Levittown, both in Levittown on Hempstead Turnpike, we did the abandoned King Cullen right here in Levittown. What the hell? I don't know, I saw that person running. I don't know, all I saw, like, you know, I was talking, and then all I see is a person running in a freaking red jumpsuit. I don't know what the hell that was all about. But anyway, so it was cool to check this place out, huh? Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna miss you guys, for sure. You know, like I said, today is Monday, August 25th. And I'm leaving on Thursday, August 28th. And I won't be back until September 7th. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna miss you guys for sure. But if I find anything interesting to film out there while I'm out there, you know, I'll definitely film it for you guys. If I find anything interesting or anything that, you know, that I think is film worthy, you know? So it's pretty cool. I'm excited, man. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here because right now, you know, it's 1:30 and I definitely want to beat the rush hour rush on the LIE. I don't want to get caught in traffic, you know, especially when the traffic becomes a cluster. You know, when it becomes a cluster, I definitely don't want to get caught out there, man. You know, when the traffic becomes so cluttered, when it becomes so cluttered and you don't even move and then people start making their own rules and then eventually somebody's bound to either crash or hit somebody else and they cause a traffic jam for unnecessary stupidity on the freaking LIE. You know, for being unnecessarily dumbified on the LIE. You make your own rules, you move around in your own way, you hit somebody or something happens and you cause an even bigger traffic jam than what's already caused, than what's already going on, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't want to get stuck in rush hour traffic. And plus, I have, you know, from here to home, I put it on the GPS. There's moderate traffic, but the numbers are orange in Google Maps. And it says from here to home, from here to Smithtown, 42 minutes. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get going. So I'm going to go see if I get a haircut because I'm leaving soon. I want to make sure I clean myself up before I go out with my family on Thursday, you know, before I leave for vacation. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, just like Wally always says at the end of each and every one of the videos, you guys stay awesome. And just like I always say to each and every one of my videos, you guys stay cool, stay happy, keep smiling, and just enjoy your life. What's going on? All right, I'm going to miss you guys, man. So, you know, if I don't do another video before I leave on Thursday, I'll see you guys after I get back, all right? All right, guys. I love you guys, all right? Until next time and until the wind blows us to our next destination, wherever that may be, I'll see you guys there, all right? I shall see you guys there. All righty? All righty, guys. You guys stay cool, stay happy, keep living your life, enjoy what's left of summer, and just stay cool, all right? And I'll see you guys after I get back, all right? All righty. See you guys later.